Can dreams really come true? Can we decide our fate, our destiny? Here, everything is possible. It's time to conquer the world, from disaster to paradise. Welcome to Firescar. And hello everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Let's Play Firescar. My name is Dave, and I'll be your host for this episode, as always. Today, I'd like to start the episode with showing off some things that I did on the stream. For example, I started building this plateau up. As I said I wanted, I built up the wall with a staircase and filled all of this in. Oh boy, that's fun. I also started building this wall, which I really like. This corner was a new thing to design for me, but I think I got the style of it pretty good. Style of the wall, that is. I've also built bridges. I built that one before. This one was a bit different and a bit difficult though. Just because we have a height change over here. Like this is one block lower than that, and that was pretty confusing how to do it. And I do like this. I'm still not really sure what I think about this wall over here. If you have any ideas or any suggestions about that, feel free to leave them. Other than that, I built a path. Look at that. It's not a long one, but it really helps tying the area together. It's like the rug in The Big Lebowski. It goes all the way over to here, to the staircase, where obviously we have the path for a while now. I've also been putting in some mossy and cracked stone bricks on this wall, making it look a bit more weathered, like that side, and I really like it. But that's not all that I did on stream. I streamed quite a lot. For example, I built a street. Look at that tree, and I built another one. And what's that? So already when I built this pond, I was talking about that I want to have something like a crane over here, just to indicate that this was once mined out for iron ore. That's also why we have this ruin over there. It was like the building that was operating all of this stuff. So I went and built this crane. What do you think? I honestly really like it. I love it. I love how the shape kind of curves. Love the like tripod kind of feet of it. Yeah, overall, I really think it looks good. I put this up on Reddit, like a screenshot of this, to see what other people think, and got some pretty funny replies. The first three that I got were bad, good, trebuchet, and when I read trebuchet, I started laughing. I just got another comment asking if this can launch a 90-kilogram projectile of cobblestone over 300 meters, and I thought that's pretty funny too. Yeah, I can see how this looks like a trebuchet, and I thought that's pretty funny, but I also really like it as a crane. What do you think about it though? If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them. I got a suggestion on changing the counterweight up to iron blocks, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I really like this. Like, this kind of looks like a weight real cranes have, like these stone plates. That's why I have it, and I think I'm gonna keep it like that. Other than that, feel free to leave comments on that, just like anything else that I do, really. Always happy for feedback. But Dave, is that all you have done off camera? Well, no. I've been also working on the netherwort farm. If you remember, the netherwort farm was working, but not quite as good as I wanted it to be. So the dispensers were up a block, and when they dispensed the water, we had a dead spot here, so the netherwort would not be collected. Similar kind of issue over here. The water was flowing out from here and into here, and we had a dead spot over there with a bunch of collecting. And I kind of fixed it. I put all of the dispensers one block down and put in a hole over here with a water stream on ice. That sounds like a musical. Behind all of these corners, which then collect in here all the way down. Plung. As you can see, I've also been working on the outside. I've been talking about this before, that I want to have this in kind of the style like I have the lighthouse close to Iron Rivers. As you can see, similar kind of blocks with the stone brick, the normal bricks, and the granite, which I really like. I'm a sucker for it, gotta say. I put in some clay, and I gotta say it works really good. I'm really enjoying this, but this took a long time on stream. But I'm enjoying this. We might work on that in another... We might work on this on another episode. In another episode, even. Wow, words. But today, we will start building another farm over here. Over there. Let's quickly fly over. Ah, man, this update is so good. Clunk. There we are. We will not build any farm, no. We will build an automated pumpkin farm. And even my own design. I'm so proud. Well, kind of. Yeah, I came up with my own design for a farm, and I think it's really cool. It's not really that efficient, to be honest, but it's my design, and therefore I like it. I came up with it all by myself. So, I have a tutorial on this, so if you want to rebuild it and I'm going through it too fast in this Let's Play episode, then you can go ahead and check the the tutorial out. Let's start though. Let's get the hoe. Almost forgot that part. So, let's say we have our plant growing over here. Pumpkin. We have water in front of it. We have a sign over here, just as something that holds the water in place. So the pumpkin will grow onto this block. I think I built this too far back. So pumpkin will grow over here, right? We want to detect that with an observer block. Shoo. Let's get the observer block down, like that. This will give us a signal out with a repeater. That signal will go over to a piston, which will be located on that block. Put in the piston, like that. Okay. Let's get the signal all the way over to there. Some redstone. Now, if you know how these things work, if something now were to grow here, the piston would extend, pushing it over in case of the pumpkin harvested with that, because you can't move them around like that. At least from the plant. I don't know if that's a normal rule. However, because something is moving over here, the observer block will detect that. And what we get is a clock. It's not really what we want, because that will prevent another pumpkin from growing. However, we can do that. Now if something grows, this piston, this repeater will lock this repeater for a short amount of time, which prevents the second signal from going out, so our piston doesn't extend again, and all's good. So that's the automated pumpkin farm. Cool, right? But that's not really all I want to build. We can easily extend this, which I really like about it, and stack it, and it's great. It's a nice thing. I love it. Okay, let's get up again. Put the water down. The hoe. Pumpkin seeds. So, next up, we have that like that. I want to put everything on blocks, so if I work below, which might work for the collection area, I know what to not dig out. So I don't punch out any redstone up here. It will get fairly compact, kind of. So if I break anything, wouldn't be too good. Okay, so we have the repeaters again. One over here, one over there with a tick delay, and another one there. Some redstone on the rest, and that's basically it. Let's get the sign in place. There we go. And we'll also put some blocks back there, so nothing grows over there. And I'm gonna put in some glowstone. The goal is to stack this farm quite a bit, build a big pumpkin farming tower. And that would mean that our pumpkin plants will be really dark. And normal plants pop out in the darkness. I'm actually not sure if that's the same thing for melons and pumpkins. I simply have not seen them doing that, but I have not experimented with that. So let's just light it up like this. So, and you can see we built a farm over here. We mirrored it over to there. And we can do the same thing to over here where we're standing right now. That's what we're doing. Grow these to full. And now we basically just repeat. What do you think of this farm? I like it. But yeah, it's mine, so I guess I'm a little bit biased. So if you can leave any feedback on this, it would be really nice. Also, if you could leave any feedback on the tutorial. The tutorial video was like my first real tutorial of a contraption that I thought of ever. And I know that I made a few mistakes. I have too many cuts in there, which is just a thing with me. I started doing that. As opposed to having too little editing, I went for too many cuts. Which has something to do with the way I record these videos. So here's a little Dave insight. When I record videos, like especially Minecraft videos, I press record, I start talking, and then if I do something, I just simply stop talking, leave the recording going. This is wrong. And I cut out the silent parts later. So this one is wrong too. I've gotten into the habit of simply stop talking during a recording and then start again later without really realizing it. Which means, like, I always have commentary about the parts that I want to show, but it also means that there are a lot of cuts if I'm not certain about what I want to talk about. Which is okay for these kind of videos, but with the tutorial, there are way too many cuts in that, and I don't think that's good for explaining. I don't know how bad it actually is, because, well, I don't really watch the tutorial to learn anything. I already know how it works. So I can't really, like, make up my mind how bad it really is. Some feedback on that, again, would be great. Yeah. So, you've seen what I'm doing over here, right? Just basically building the same layout that I have down there, again up here, and then we'll work on... Hey! And then we'll work on the collection, simply with a hopper, or a few hoppers, a few chests. So that's the next thing to do. Alright, so now, I'm gonna head and build the farm. Actually changed up my design. But it is now the time to give this a building. And I want to build a tower in the style of the tradesmen, if you remember them. Those are the people that built the lighthouse over at Iron Rivers. And those are the people that basically run this area. And their color scheme is brick and granite and all that stuff. All the reds, basically. And for that, I've gone ahead and farmed up some clay. Set up 8 furnaces. 6 that are just running by themselves, so it goes quick, and these 2 are automated. Feeding lava buckets from behind, because that is basically free. I only have to go down and put buckets in. I never lit up this place properly. Kind of an issue sometimes. I think we're good. So let's talk about the farm. Dang it! Stop it! Well, let's talk about the farm and what I've changed. What I've changed is the pickup mechanic. I've noticed that once I build it higher, whenever the farm harvested something, the pumpkin would fall a long way down, right? So I've put in hoppers so that the pumpkin, when it gets harvested, gets harvested immediately. If it were to fall down all the way, and there would be a block here, and then a gap, and then a block above there. On these middle steps, the pumpkins can get trapped, right? Not sure if I explained that correct, but you can imagine the pickup line having like this sort of structure with a gap and a block and a gap and a block and a gap and a block, and if on the other side, all the way up there, the pumpkin would fall down, would it still have some velocity to this side, and then eventually just land on a block and would lay there forever. And with this, this farm is basically lossless, I think. I haven't seen anything that's not getting picked up, but to be honest, I don't see anything in there anymore, so not sure if that's really what you should count on. But it's working alright. Could hear it fire off again. But for now, let's try to figure out a nice building style for this. So this is gonna be a tower. I will probably build it even higher, but not now, not yet. But I want to start building a tower to up there, and then we can finish it later. I don't think I will build the tower like directly against it. I'll have some room so I can have some storage and some additional area and space and stuff. So I'd say let's get some blocks and start playing around with them. I brought a few. Actually, that's too much. I'm gonna need some inventory space to craft this stuff. Go like that. Probably gonna need a lot of stone brick. Okay. And let's try to find a basic layout. So I don't want to make this round. We'll probably have some hard edges. Probably gonna... We could make it squared, actually. Thinking about it. Not sure if I want that, though. With towers, that's usually a good thing to do, right? Enderman agreed. So let's see. This would be the corner block right here. Let's say we would go out to there. Right? This would be our corner. However, we're gonna do that. There would be one out from there. That would be here. So we have a gap of 12 blocks there. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ah. Okay. So that would be the gap. I think I want to move it 1 back. Actually, I want to move it 2 back. So put this here. And move that edge out since I have more room on the island. And that. In that direction. So the new corner will be here. Get these out of the way again. And the new corner will be there. So, let's start with how do we actually want to do the corners. So maybe as a corner block we don't actually use stone brick, but regular brick. Because brick is a nice block. Then have some stone brick left and right of that. Because I like doing that. That's wrong. I'm recording this fairly early, so please excuse my derpiness. It's worse than usual. Okay. So I think I want to do something that I did with the lighthouse build too, which I really liked. Well, actually, that's something that I like doing with towers in general and structures. You'll see what I mean. Because I will show you immediately. Let's go up again. So we have stairs, kind of like that, running around. Okay. And they sort of meet back here. And we can put like a slab on here. I usually really like how that looks. I also normally have some blocks in front, the base of the pillar. So we can do that too. Yeah, probably just a little. Let's get that out of the way. Roll this up like that. Put some stairs on. And my inventory is already full. Okay. The stairs go there and there. That. Okay. I think that's a good start, right? So let's put the same thing on the other side. So, turns out I'm not capable of counting. Well, this is not 12, this is 11 spacing between the two. So we have an odd number to work with, and not an even one. Which, to be honest, not a bad thing, really. Let's do something like this. I want to have a pillar in the middle, going up. At least at the bottom. Kind of like that, maybe? That's a good start. And then we connect these somehow. Maybe have a straight line actually going through. I tend to do a lot of curved lines lately, and a lot of arches and no straight lines. Which, if we want to make this look like a really strong tower, then we should have some straight lines going across. So let's do that. Not sure where and how, and in general. I think that classifies as a straight line. Well, I think that classifies at having something that looks strong, but doesn't really look good, does it? Maybe we change these out. Like that. Something. Let's just start with instead. And we take some stone brick slabs. And put those in. Right away. Bed on the hotbar. I still don't have a bed over here, by the way. So, sleeping is not an option. That looks horrible. Wow. Let me rip that out and try something completely different. What if we take the easy way and just put a straight bar behind it? It doesn't really look like anything at the moment because it's still... Well, the background is all the same block, so can't really make it out. For these, we might just go for another easy option. This is something that I did at the lighthouse too, I think. Go away. I've noticed that over there, I kind of went for brick at the corners and then just granite in the middle. I think I want to do that here again. I'm not sure how yet. I don't like that so far. So that'll change. Don't worry about that. We can put these in here. As a bit of a contrast. What do we do about these? It's not that I completely hate it, but it needs something more. It's too flat at the moment. So, what do we do? What do we do? Normal thing for me to do would be something like that. And we would probably have this here. Come back. I guess. Can put the same thing over there. Now, do we want to have the same thing on top? I'm not really 100% on that yet, but let's work on another stage, like another level of it. And maybe we figure something out for this. Here comes the day, and here comes more of the building. So, as I said, I put in another level of it. And it's fairly simple, actually. I've introduced a new part of the design, which is this thing. Which looks pretty weird, just on its own, but repetition gives things like this justification, for lack of a better word. So if we repeat it, it won't look that much out of place, right? So, how about we have it over here, too. Aha, in a different place. So, since I messed up the counting, this side is 12, well, it has 12 in between the brick corners, and this one has 11 blocks in between the brick corners. I had to have a different design over here anyway. So, I took that chance and made it quite a bit different. Not completely. As you can see, I've taken stuff like this arch with the iron fences in between the gap that I have over here, and I have basically the same thing like that. Up there, and these at the bottom are the same thing. This is a bit different. I thought I'd do something like this. I wanted it to look really spiky, but now it looks more like a heart, kind of. If you, like, close your eyes a bit and tilt your head. You could also see like a mask or something, with this being the ears, like a skull mask with cat ears, maybe. I don't know. That's a pretty interesting thought. Anyway, I think this is how I will leave it for today. I will probably go ahead and build the other two sides on a stream, and maybe one more. But this episode is long enough, I think. Once again, I've recorded like 3 hours of footage, so I will make it long enough. Appropriate length, I guess. But looking at it while flying by, I like it. Definitely like it. Maybe that's just because I really like the color palette, but I also like the structure of this. It will look really epic once it's a big tower, I think. And this looks like a good start for a tower. Anyway, I will end this episode here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you check back with me next time. Next episode, video stream, whatever it will be. And until then, see ya.